Excitement. Danger. Friendship. Robots. Action. Violence. Frills.
No.
Teamwork. Laughing robots.
Don't laugh with me, you're ruining it.
Boldness. Adventure. Aiming with balls. Delusional paranoia.
Stop following me!
Short-term memory loss. Drama. Short-term memory loss. Tiredness. Counseling with roommates. Form-filling application.
No, Knuckles.
All this and more in the exciting adventures of Sonic Boom.
Yeah, but Rise of Lyric is still shit.
Shut up!
Hello, welcome to another Sonic Boom podcast. Hey, like we said, it's a week later, and we've got 5 more episodes to talk about. I think it's the last set of episodes before another cut-off date. Isn't it?
I don't know, there's one here, there's one actually scheduled for 1st of August called Next Top Villain. So,
Yeah.
so maybe
Well,
that's-
we'll have to wait a while before we get another collection of episodes to talk about.
alright, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Well, let's kick it off. Episode 32, Mayor Knuckles. This was dumb.
You thought so?
I thought it was a very dumb episode.
Was it dumb bad or dumb enjoyable?
Dumb bad. It's just like,
Really?
it's like Knuckles keeps on going to be even more stupid than the last time. I'm not too sure whether or not it'll be more stupid than sticking carrots in his ears and Shay Amy. But this one's like, oh, just yes to every single mandate that comes across. Like, oh, we have moving walkways, or I have permission to actually build next to Styx's burrow. And it's like, then I realised halfway through, it's not just Knuckles who's stupid, it's every single villager in this unnamed village.
Yeah.
Why should I walk when there's a moving walkway?
Even Eggman notices that.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing that I got out of this episode was that they were very loosely trying to stick a message in there about giving, I guess, too much power to the village idiot. And if that's the case, I think they somewhat succeeded. I usually don't like it when they, we didn't even explain what the premise of the episode was about.
I think I'll give it away. Knuckles becomes a substitute mayor and just signing mandates while the actual mayor is off going fishing.
Doing something else. And basically Chaos assumes as Knuckles keeps approving things.
Yeah, now you can't use Spin Dash, now you can't use a boomerang, now you can't use your hammer. Because Knuckles is now drunk with power, and that's the one character you don't want to give power to.
Well, that and Eggman, which of course, that's sort of how the episode leads up to.
At least Eggman is smart enough to know what to do with it, rather than just trying to keep it.
To be fair, though, he started this whole thing of basically that the garbage man didn't appear at his lair. That was
Maybe I can go around the world and I can see other garbage.
Yeah.
Something like that, I guess.
And it gets just resolved rather quickly. Your mayor comes back, just takes over. Like, you can't understand the stand out of ink. And Nathan just wanted to sign a mandate that way he can become mayor with power. It's just resolved way too quickly.
Well, these episodes are all only 10 minutes long.
I know, but at least some resolutions make sense. Like, all of a sudden there's a battle, all of a sudden learn a lesson, or
It's really what's the last joke to end on, really. That's what most of these episodes are.
Yeah, the mayor has a drawer full of stamps.
Well, no, the joke is at the end, Eggman says, I want a payment for my garbage. Take a number, which is an on-running gag throughout the whole episode.
But still, I still think it's a very dumb episode. I never laughed at the jokes. It's just not very enjoyable. It's not the worst. I'm still saying Guilt Tripping is the worst episode. Just
I
go on.
I was going to say, I enjoyed it for what it was. As you said, it is basically, what happens when you give, like James says, the village idiot having power and that stuff. I knew it was going. It was the case of, okay, what type of jokes are you going? And most of them did make me laugh. I think there's a bit where Styx goes in and she does this whole thing, what has government ever done? Which is basically right out of Life of Brian.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
well,
which
she is the paranoid one.
Yeah, shit. But again, it's just a nice little homage reference.
What is the government ever done? I don't know, the moving walkways?
Yeah, that's surprisingly done
Yeah,
well.
they're pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and the waterway as well. That's been a thing for this village.
Oh, you
I
gotta
guess
have
just, I know. Don't blame me when it all goes downhill.
and in the end, though, she still has a point, which means she's not the craziest one after all.
Pretty much.
was-
But yeah, that's kind of her theme, really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not really. Again, I will say there wasn't much of a threat in this episode. It was there was a bit of a skirmish, and then it just all finishes. Really, that's sort of the best way of summing it up.
Yeah, it's just an odd episode.
Yeah,
I give it 2 out of 5.
I give it 3.
4 stamps out of 5. Because
Okay.
after the 4th one, guess what happened to my stamps?
I did like the stamp joke. That was the present again.
Episode 33, Eggman the Auteur. Eggman wants to make a movie. But does he? Does he not?
Mm-hmm.
This one was a bit more enjoyable. It's another Eggman-centered one.
Yeah,
Yeah, they sort of. I was anxious to watch this one because I myself, being someone who studied film, know what an auteur is, and they throw that term around actually quite a lot. But this I guess they sort of have a grasp of what an auteur actually is. It's a
So it's like a director with their own vision rather than a studio vision.
yeah, they are the writer, producer, director. Basically, they are the
A,
absolute author of this work.
microcosm of film, really.
Mm-hmm. The term obviously is French. It came from a group of French filmmakers who actually started off as critics, ironically, and then they decided to go out and make their own movies. And what do you know? So they were authors of their own work, hence the term auteurs.
Like I said, Eggman wants to make his own movie, and it's basically his life on film in
Yeah.
his vision.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And like, we're going to have Sonic, but the Eggman's version of Sonic being just a blue rascal.
Yeah, well, being Dave the Intern first.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, I'll get Dave the Intern to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, you finally liked Dave the Intern for something,
I
eh?
do like the fact that he has no interest in doing it until Amy sees it, and of course she wants to get it right. It's like
Be the manager. It's like,
she wants
he's
to
like you're not going to do any of these stunts because they're very dangerous. That's the point. It's like, okay, we're going to get a stuntman. Knuckles a stuntman.
Again, we hired the village idiot to do something.
So we did like the whole thing,
This one works. It's like, oh, he gets stomped on, he gets blown up.
and then a dangerous thing to do with tea.
Oh, yeah, well, you can't drink a hot tea. Oh, that's done. Then he gets stomped. Then he
Yeah.
gets blown up. Then he gets stomped.
And you hit them hard.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good Knuckles moment for me.
Yeah, that was Schadenfreude. That was for the Mayor Knuckles episode.
Oh, it turns out Eggman's trying to do this, so he uses a drill to try to get unobtainium, which is a pun-based metal.
Yeah. I think it wasn't unobtainium the word they used in Avatar. Was that the thing?
Adaptanium.
You're right. Okay.
It still sounds like something you would pull out of fan fiction or a cartoon.
Whatever. Just
Well, makes as much sense as Mutonium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole episode is the basic gag is at first you think it's Eggman attacking, then it's a movie, then maybe he's doing it for other reasons, but he's really making a film, and particularly the point in which Tails is handed the script and naturally starts to do rewrites on it. I thought that was good.
Yeah, Tails is now the Carrie Fisher of Eggman Productions.
Yeah.
That's something to do with Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the
Well,
Leia.
well, aside from being an actress, Carrie Fisher has had a career as a script doctor. She
Yeah.
goes she people send their scripts for her to be doctored up, and she fixes up scenes for them and basically doesn't get any credit for it. She doesn't ask for it. She just gets paid.
To be honest, I just thought she did Leia and then just gone crazy. That was all the myth I've heard about her.
I heard about in Star Wars, like, the reason why she was in the slave outfit, because the previous two movies never showed off her feminine side.
That, and she wasn't allowed underwear because there was no underwear in space.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different story.
So at the end, it's like, oh, it was a plan all along. It was meant to use the movie to hypnotize the villagers, but they forgot to do it.
You forgot to put it in. Haven't we all done that when we've edited something?
Every single time.
Yeah. I do. My favourite bit of this episode is at the very end where they all just leave the cinema laughing, of course, at the stupidity, and Eggman is embellished by his own genius and even cries at the end.
Here's a scene where it's me watching the movie.
Yeah.
Well, there's a rule here. I think Spielberg said that part of his success was that he and the others went out to make movies that they knew that they would like to see, not movies that the audiences would like to see. And what do you know, the audiences liked it too. But apparently, Eggman should not share that particular vision.
Yeah, because Eggman's vision is having in front of near a tree, near a hill, having a bad wig on.
Yeah, you can't be the evil maniacal villain of the movie when he's supposed to be the underdog as well.
Yeah, that whole business. Yeah. But no, this was a fun episode in general. It's more I think these later episodes, they're more kind of oddball ideas, if we're honest.
I think every single one is an oddball idea.
Yeah, I mean, this so far in this run at least, yeah.
I give this one 4.
I give it 3.5, I would say.
4 painted knuckles out of 5. What did he raid Mel Gibson's makeup drawer for that blue makeup?
Knowing him, he just probably found a pile of blue paint and just jumped into it.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
And it missed a few spots as well.
Yeah, of course.
Now, episode 34, Just a Guy. It's another mid-episode for me. There's the usual premise is Sonic called an average guy a guy because he wanted to come and for the Eggman battle. And a lot of people found that offensive.
Yeah.
Like today's SJWs.
Yeah. It's something like that. It's a very bad PR move on his behalf, and that's where things get out of control. You know, somebody says something. A somebody. By that I meaning an established personality, a public personality, saying something that's stupid or sounds like it could be offensive. In this case, which it's not. But people take it that way.
The joke, it really is just that, you know, somebody says something that's really nothing, but everybody takes it that serious that the rest of the episodes is them having to deal with the shit that goes along with it.
Yeah, it's
like me saying Sonic Adventure 2 is overrated. I guarantee everyone will jump down my fucking throat saying, no, it's not. It's one of the best Sonic games of all time.
And in truthful fact of this episode there is a point where Sonic just says, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other joke is like Amy being the Gen mother takes it to a whole new level by having home-trained sensitivity classes where you have to make a sensitivity hat and talk about stuff. And we got Comedy Chimp again.
Yes. Don't remind me.
It doesn't really do much. It's just there to say.
He's just there saying, I realised that me hitting my friend with my coworker with a hammer meant I was just hitting myself.
Yeah.
The closest thing that he's ever said that's come to fun that's come to being something actually funny. I'll give it that much.
I still think his funniest moment was in My First Dixie, where he just appears out of nowhere, expecting to actually be the escort. Yeah. That's his funniest moment.
Actually, the funny bit is just why do I even bother with you people?
Yeah.
Oh, that could be used. Oh, you can use that as a meme.
That's his funniest moment, and beyond that, it's just not.
He's
funny.
basically just the kind of popular comedian that's really not funny.
Yeah.
He's like.
Can we say he's like the Adam Sandler of this universe?
Yeah. Go ahead and toss him in with Adam. At least Adam used to be funny.
Yeah. And when Sonic's like, okay, I apologize for calling you a guy. You'll have to come with us on the Enigma Bell. He gets hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's like, why do you bring just a normal guy to an Eggman Bell? And it's like just to be completely hypocritical.
Yeah, I mean,
about what they just said. Like, oh, why you people? Us people?
Well, that's later on. No, again, it reminds me of an episode of South Park where the kids try to have a new mascot, whether a douche or a giant turd. Stan wants nothing of it because it's stupid. It gets to a point where he's eventually banned from the town because everybody takes it that goddamn seriously.
They,
Kind of like Game of Thrones spoilers.
Yeah.
there's a classic saying that's very that works here very well, I think, and that's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Mm.
So it's the catch-22 of life.
After a minute, at first I wasn't liking the episode because I thought it was just Sonic getting the shit for just no reason, or at least for a stupid reason. But then it got better towards the end with the whole climax and
Yeah, Sonic says, I retire, I am not doing this shit anymore.
It's like, fuck you.
And like, Edmund comes in and is like, oh, Sonic's retired. You know, I'll wait for the perfect moment.
It's waiting until the Lightning Bolt Society does something, well, in their view, evil.
Yeah, and they're back again.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot about that.
Oh, you forgot about the Lightning Bolt Society?
Well, the fact
Yeah, I can't believe it. One of the most non-important parts. Only had one good moment in the entire series so far, and it's like, oh yeah, we can now do stuff that's not being.
villainous.
It's like it's not actually being evil; it's just being anarchist. Really.
Anarchy, yeah. The ring
Like,
up.
Yeah, it's like instead of being over, we'll put the toilet paper under. How is that anarchy? It's just like a mild annoyance.
Well, that's really them in a nutshell. But just a mild annoyance.
It's not. It's not even anarchy. Yeah, what you said.
It's like a very petty thief can only still steal penny sweets and say he's going to say to himself, "I'll be the greatest master cat burglar in the entire existence." You stole a chocolate bar.
So really, it's just like I said, the ending part with the two of them releasing the sheet, then Sonic decides to go back in, and even he says, "Well, that didn't last very long."
Pretty much.
Yeah, and then the whole.
What confuses me is animals in an anthropomorphic-based society.
Well, we've seen a moose, we've seen monkeys, we've seen rabbits, we've seen smaller creatures, and just as animals.
It's just kind of weird that you have animals that live in an animal society.
They're lesser evolved animals. It's kind of like in the Sonic comics where they had Mutsky up until recently being a dog.
Yeah,
who
he's now a Mobian.
a dog who actually acts like a dog, while everyone else is.
I still like Sonic and Tails' reaction in that strip. That was just funny. It's like, we know him to be a dog, but now he's a Mobian dog?
Mm-hmm. He's... Well, maybe... I don't know. Maybe he was, dare I say it, mentally handicapped before.
No, Charmy B was mentally handicapped, because originally they actually put him as 20 years old, until Sonic Heroes came out, and like, oh, he's a child. You know what? Let's bash him on the head and make him act like a child, even though he's 20 years old.
Oh, God.
That's mentally handicapped. That's mentally...
Charmy B!
Yeah, who the hell was actually wanting him back?
I don't know.
I would rather have Mighty the Armadillo, or Ray the Flying Squirrel.
But anyway, the chase at the end to do with the sheep and outwitting Eggman, that was fun. I actually did think halfway through, thinking, I bet someone's going to get upset that the abusing sheep is thinking, well, you should see what worms do to sheep. It's not pretty.
Or does the game plot?
That's what I mean. You know, what they do to sheep? Oh boy. And Sarah can
I'll give this one a 3. It's actually 2.5. It's kind of a middle ground area. Yeah, that's a good joke, but other than that, it's just a meh.
But the punchline at the end is actually the best part, just the whole, you know, don't you take us a threat? No, not really. No, not really. No. I'd like to see you people do that.
Oh, you people. You people!
And then it ends with them in this Amy's sensitivity class. I give it a 3.
3.5.
Yeah, I take mine back. I'll give it a 3.
3.5 overreactive Sarkeesians out of 5.
God, I can't believe you tried sending out pamphlets at E3. Why? Sarkeesian, you may have some good points, but other than that, you lack research. Okay, maybe you can argue against Dead or Alive. You can find with that one, but other than that, you can't argue against Princess Peach.
I don't even know what she
Episode
says
10.
anymore. I just know she's a punchline for many jokes.
She just wants feminism to like sexism to go away out of games and women to be better represented. And even then, she picks out really, really bad examples. Like, oh, Samus Aran is not really a woman because she has male traits. She's actually one of the most interesting and greatest female protagonists ever in any game.
I don't know. I mean, I sort of forgot about that. I mean, to be truthful, that's just proves how much I even knew about her, as I didn't even forgot about her. And 2, I didn't really mind. The character's a character, regardless of the male or female.
Thank you.
Until he had jiggle physics to
So,
it.
whatever.
Who cares? Right now, it doesn't really matter anymore. It's like, she's gone. She's a one-note joke.
Yeah, let's just get back.
Yeah. Episode 35. 2 got to be true. 2 as in number 2.
You got your episode here.
2 Knuckles for the price of 1.
Yes, and one of them is... What
Smart
now?
guy.
Actually smart.
Thank you.
It's from a universe where he's the smart guy and Sonic's the klutzy dumb one.
Eggman wears green for some reason. I was wondering, like, we saw the toy as a green Eggman. Why is there a green Eggman?
Now we know.
It turns out this is an alternate version.
All just
I have an answer for you. Green eggs and ham.
oh dear.
Oh dear.
Whatever.
I didn't notice he was green, actually. I did.
I did. Yeah. The premise is that in the other universe, Knuckles is smart, like we
Then a
said.
hero.
He gets sent into a Prime universe.
The Prime Universe, yeah.
And it says, and it's like, how can I tell you apart? Whereas we need you to wear this silly hat.
Silly wear
Prime
hat.
Knuckles says that I will wear a hat, and the smart Knuckles says, I'll wear it for you, Amy.
Oh yeah, there's the whole thing in his universe. Amy is swooned to Knuckles. And even does a bit of charm to Amy in this universe.
Yeah, he is... Yeah, in the alternate universe, this Knuckles is their Sonic, I guess. And so that's why he's wearing a hat that looks like blue quills here.
I guess.
I had a feeling they were going to do an episode. They were either going to have Knuckles smart or do an episode where Knuckles is smart. So it doesn't surprise me if they've finally done it.
It's like the Grounder the Genius episode of Adventures, you know?
Yeah.
All I got in my head is the episode in SpongeBob where Patrick gets smart because of brain core.
Oh yeah, that.
What? What is that, a disease?
Patrick becomes smart.
Mm.
Or maybe the episode of The Simpsons where the only reason Homer is stupid because he has a crayon lodged in his brain because he tried to stuff it up his nose.
How come we didn't see that before? Well, every time when I did the X-rays, I always put my thumb over there. It's the worst excuse ever.
What about the episode of Johnny Bravo where somebody makes Johnny smart, but it only lasts for a little while?
No, saw that one.
Never saw that? Oh.
Whatever.
Overall, since like the episode consists of like Smart Knuckles trying to find a way back because he's flickering in and out and it'll cause the universes to implode. You know, the same kind of plot line they brought from Sonic Rush.
Or
Ish. ish, or maybe the same plot line they actually got from Sonic X, where the world's starting to merge.
Yeah, essentially, you can't have two of the same people from in one universe, otherwise it's going to screw everything up.
Yeah, you see,
At least in Sonic Rush, the excuse was you can't have two sets of emeralds in the same universe.
you see, Sonic X fanboys. This really is the follow-up to your show right here.
Yeah, like,
This is the Lost Force.
Sonic X wasn't that bad. I can cut out all the scenes with Chris, and it could have been really good. But then again, Chris was supposed to be the human avatar.
yeah, so that's a different.
Yeah, we want to be the whiny little bitch.
Yeah, that's a different story though for another time.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, this episode was fun anyway. I mean,
I really like this one. It has some really good jokes.
and again, this was one of the other. Again, this was in the behind-the-scenes vids where they had them recording this episode, and us finally getting to see what actually happens.
This is like Sonic, Amy's and Six's idea to actually take down Eggman's lair. It's like
Knock on the door.
first. I just knock on the door. Go away! I've got Knuckles captured here. Stop flickering in and out. You're supposed to be captured.
Again, it's just, well, let's be fair, they've done this so many times now that I think he's gotten to a point where maybe we just knock on the door, then we'll raid the place.
Pretty much. Actually, I think one joke I like was when they actually get the laser. Two jokes I like. One, they get the lasers, and six, they ask, "Can you bring it back by Thursday?" What's the festival on Thursday? Well, I'm going to attack it at that. No, I'm throwing the party. And Six goes, "I'm watching
just the whole
gesture."
Yeah. It's even a bit earlier where Stick says, "Is there another universe of me? I can't bear to people like me." Just runs off.
And later, when actually get the lasers trying to work until the batteries, and
stuff.
the awkward silence says, "It's kind of awkward, isn't it? It's kind of like saying goodbye to someone and walking in the same direction."
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, everyone.
Everyone follows me.
I'm gonna say this right here. This is ultimately quite confusing because right now they have a storyline going on in the comics, and Dan, you're probably familiar with this. Out of anyone else in this group,
Worlds Unite.
Worlds Unite, where
I need to catch up on that. I've been reading them on the website Sonic Scanf or Sonic Scanf.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been reading it on there. I'm waiting for a few issues to get released so I can continue.
Yeah, they have a storyline where they're crossing over the Sonic Boom universe with the actual.
Well, we got the Archieverse, we got the Boomverse, which is only just Sticks, Chimp, and Beaver.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man Universe, X Universe, and I think now they're going to do to the Okami, Street Fighter, and Alex Kidd.
Whoa, Alex
Billy
Kidd?
Hatcher, and
Alex Kidd's going to exist in the comics?
I think he was on the poster.
What?
I think it was Alex Kidd or Billy Hatcher.
Well, I can see Billy Hatcher, but Alex Kidd, wow, that's reaching deep into the past.
Yeah.
They got Panzer Dragoon now, so and that's very obscure for a Sega.
To be honest, I'd laugh if they put Bonanza Brothers in there just to see what they do with them.
I don't know,
Sega All Stars Racing was just fun for all the characters.
Panzer Dragoon, that was a great little dragon shoot 'em up there.
I think you think of Panzer Dragoon Auto for the Xbox. I had that one. That was fun.
So,
but anyway,
my point being,
too good to be.
Point being, if the Boom universe exists as it does in the TV show and in the comics, does this mean that there's two alternate Boom universes and one Sonic Prime universe?
Well,
there's several Sonic Prime universes. Remember the multiverse with Sonic and Stealth the Hedgehog? There was so many different universes. But then again, I think that all this ended now. So there's no longer the Pender's ideas
let's
of
cut the
multiverse.
bullshit, basically.
Pretty much. I think now it's just got the games that happened with the Archie, technically odd things here and there, and it's bringing some characters from adventures. It's interesting, but it gets kind of confusing.
I think
because they're still doing Sonic Unleashed.
To be fair, most people do this. When something gets too cluttered with ideas, you have to then strip it out. That's why comics do this whole reboot thing all the time.
Like they did with Spider-Man.
Yeah, what DC keeps doing.
Yeah, I'd like to see what they do now with a 25 years later story arc.
Actually, the one thing that I was kind of hoping they did, I mean, two things. One is, this is the first episode that I started to realize they are kind of starting to recycle a lot of stuff in this show. I mean, in terms of like backgrounds, objects, and all that stuff, which
Oh yeah, the one joke in this episode where Steven Spielberg pops out of nowhere and stares at Sonic and he goes, whom? And Spazzy go back down, the beaver goes back down saying,
I do like that.
Like, it was waiting for the to say this line, but they didn't give him the chance.
I was just saying in terms of like reusing stuff they've already built in for the show and stuff, but whatever, that's just animation. The second thing is, I thought like if they wanted to do a much bigger finale to the episode, I would have thought they'd done the whole thing where they try to send Knuckles back, but they end up bringing more and more Knuckles in, so we get different types, more Bizarre version. Maybe at one point, the real Knuckles pops in, it's like, what the hell am I doing here? It's like, yeah, check out check out the short, skinny one over there. Yeah,
That would have been a great gag.
I'm just thinking I would have done that as just a one-off joke, really.
Well, if they seem to have a lot of episodes coming up here where the joke is there's multiple of one character. Point being, the previous episode with Swifty the shrew. So, and other one coming up. The other one being another episode that's coming up. So I'll stop there.
Yeah. Actually, I forgot to mention this in just a guy, but there was one gag in which Sonic trying to find a happy place and goes into like an Inception level.
Yeah, I think it actually, I'm not sure if it was, but I think it actually was Roger Craig Smith.
I was going to say, because I just want to know, did they really, is that just some bloke I could imagine just a YouTuber, maybe in France, just saying, let's get this guy, just make him do this one little joke for no reason.
I think it might have been
Oh
Roger Craig
god,
Smith.
I just love that. I just thought that was just such a funny, just a random funny moment.
I found out recently that Roger Craig Smith is also currently voicing Batman in the Batman games. My mind was blown.
Just Arkham Origins.
The Arkham series. My mind was blown when I found it.
No, it's Kevin Conroy for Asylum, City, and Night.
Oh.
It's just the one-off Origins he did. Actually, speaking of DC...
And he's done a couple of... He does it in Batman Unlimited as well.
Actually, speaking of DC, here's the weird thing. The guy who plays Knuckles is the guy who plays... The same guy who does Lego Superman in the Lego games.
Mm.
And Troy Baker, the Joker in Origins. And he voices
Oh
Espio.
boy. It all connects.
It's 5 degrees of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, Too Good to Be True, I give 4.5. I actually really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, I give it a 4.
4 alternate Knuckles out of 5.
And Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate that meme now.
Oh boy.
So, our last episode for now.
Episode 36, Beyond the Valley of the Cubots.
Yeah, you're in trouble when when the title of your episode is parodying the name of a Roger Ebert film that was a complete flop.
A lot of them seem to be parodies.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I just couldn't guess what this episode was going to be about. Just from even the name.
It starts off with a lot of tools going missing.
Mm.
And including Eggman's tools. Like, where the hell is it going? Oh, probably the renegade robots that I failed to mention.
My babies!
Yeah,
No, you know what my life is like. My baby!
Yeah, she keeps popping up now, the Walrus Woman.
At least she has that one joke, but even then, that's the third time she's used the
Yeah, but
joke.
I'm just saying she keeps popping up for some reason. That's getting weird.
Yeah. But the one joke I liked in the beginning is like, you just knock down my door. Do you have to replace that? It's like, okay, you can leave now. I'll bill you for the door.
The amount of times they've broken into his base, or how many times I think they keep breaking down like the one sort of door that opens 3 ways, and they keep busting it down every time they rush in.
I think they did it like maybe half the season
Yes.
so far.
He's gone for a lot of doors.
So, the joke in this episode, there's a bunch of prototype Cubots who have formed their own society.
Well, it's really
They
they're
were-
living in the middle of nowhere.
He's a prototype of you. How can he be a prototype of me? He has a hat! I think someone's got a lawnmower behind me.
Yeah, they broke. They were going to be disassembled. They all said no disassemble.
And they basically did a Great Escape / The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking with Shawshank right there.
Yeah.
You had the
Including a green Cubot.
Yeah, green one because
green Cubots and ham.
I was thinking if he actually made a third one and it's green, I would call him Tribot.
I do like because
Will make you smile.
it's funny enough because this episode's really just all about Cubot, Eggman, and Sonic and Tails, and there's a little bit of Sonic finding a way of getting the captures by just playing out, the old-fashioned something under a box with a stick on with string.
Stick, yeah. A box, a stick, and a bit of string.
Yeah, finally,
And that's it.
who's the dumb one now?
Well, Knuckles wasn't around, so I guess.
Yeah.
I do like the whole.
It's
Let's just.
the main plot is just like just trying to save what they call a cute bot, which is Cubot with a hat up, with a wig on.
Yeah, I noticed one. There was only one thing missing from this episode: a poster of Rita Hayworth. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really have no complaints.
But there was a poster of when they're in this, the junk room. There's a poster of Eggman sitting down.
He's very egotistical about
Yeah.
himself with so much pride.
But again, that's just with a few times where we see. I think someone says every time most of the photos in this world is either drawings or just paintings of things, really. And most of the time they're pretty funny anyway. But yeah, this is now our third Orbot Cubot episode, though it's really Cubot centric, this one.
Yeah, we find out that Orbot isn't really the first of his series. Actually, was like the perfection of the Cubot series, which he gave up during the final Cubot.
Yeah. I do like that maybe this is the joke, because again, I've always thought the idea of, if we go to the game universe, because we had Ergo, well, whatever his real name is.
A lot of people call him Orbot. It's like, that's not Orbot, that's a different Orbot. I call him Ergo because that's what he repeatedly says. It's not an Orbot. Orbot is red.
Yeah. I always made the joke maybe he was rebuilding him and then thought like, well, he's probably too smart for his own good, so gotta get
Made him cynical towards it.
Yeah, so I need something for him to keep his attention up, so I'll give him an idiot brother, essentially.
With a broken voice.
Yeah. So I like the idea in this universe, this is the reason why they exist, is because he tried to build many Cubots, didn't work, so he decided to go with the circle instead, and apparently that worked.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this episode, it's actually the first time we've seen Orbot kind of getting annoyed, actually.
He always gets annoyed.
Yeah, but this is the first time he's gotten annoyed with Cubot,
Yeah.
actually. I think it's the first...
Guys, you're with Cubot later, because they get later, it's like, you're with Cubot and says, you're just trying to get a suggestion, and Cubot, oh, I'll just take that, your idea, Orbot. And you're with Cubot that says, you just suggested one of Orbot's ideas. You're a genius, Cubot. And this Orbot's face is like, you can see, even though it's a robot, you can see the expression
Still
of his
see
face.
he gets kind of annoyed or pissed off at times.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like I said, it's funny to see him annoyed with Cubot, because I don't think he's been kind of... Normally he's just this... He gets along with him most of the time, but this is the first time he's really getting... I guess if you have a bunch of them, he's going to get really pissed off.
Yeah, one of the jokes is Tails is fixing them up, and did another Cubot just hit a self-destruct
Yes.
button? Oh, come
Yeah,
on!
apparently there's they have one all built on the top of their heads.
Yeah. That was a function they didn't keep around for a couple of generations. I wonder why.
And the prime Cubot is actually becomes a king and says, you have to run. Really? I tell you to follow me and you run in a different direction. I tell you to run, you just stand there staring. What's wrong with you? So Cubot actually is smart.
He's the smart one out of all the rejects.
Yeah, he's still an idiot. I like that one little thing about Cubot when he talks. His mouthpiece just kind of wobbles when he talks, rather than up and down.
Instead of up and down, it kind of wobbles at the bottom each time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, overall, I don't think it's kind of a step down from To Be True, but it had a good idea.
Yeah. It's, well, the only way that this whole show could overblow the multiplicity angle is if To True had a bunch of Knuckleses, I guess.
Okay, I guess it's like here's a multiple version of one character that people like. Here's another one of multiple of another character you may like, but kind of oversold it on the stupidity.
I guess. I mean, the best way I can say this, because before we've kind of agreed before that, even though these episodes are about 10 or 15 minutes long, they've kind of there's enough there to go through. This one, I guess the first time you felt like, no, they could have done more. Actually, if this was a bit longer, or they spent more time, they could have made this. They could have done more with multiple Cubots, really. With the multiple Cubot episodes. So it's probably. But that said, it's still it's still fun to watch, and like I said, it's it's decent enough. But it's kind of like most of these episodes. There hasn't really been most of these don't have a threat in really. It's just kind of something odd happens, and they have to deal with a really kind of stupid problem.
Yeah. Best joke of this episode probably still My Babies. Just how they varied that joke.
Yeah, he walks along. He's saying, "We'll go home and get ice cream," and someone just looks at him thinking, "What the hell?" I mean, for us.
Yeah, I'd still say that the writers have been reading a lot of fan fiction where Tails is obsessed with creating stuff. So much so he actually probably named every single one of his tools.
Well, actually, James May does that for real anyway.
He goes out on a date with his airplane.
No, he
Seriously,
goes.
he did.
He spent all day in his shed going, "This is Jeffrey, this is Archer."
There is a piece of fan art that I've seen where he goes out on a date with his airplane.
But he did fantasize all the good times he's had with his airplane.
Yeah, so why not? Here we go with another lawnmower.
Well, let's end it here anyway.
Oh.
Value of Cubots I gave about a 3.
Yeah, 3 point.
Sorry, go on. Sorry, I was going to say I'll give it a 3.5.
3.5 Cubot clones out of 5, and yes, I can use a 0.5 here because there's no such thing as a full Cubot. They're all
full, but it just
none of them are completely there.
There's not a brain cell between them. Oh, well, episode 36. We've got another. How many episodes? 16 episodes left.
Well, I hope so. I mean, we still haven't got Cabin Fever yet. We don't know if that's coming up or not.
There's only 52 episodes gone. Yeah, so there were 16 episodes.
This is a long season.
Yeah. No, it's not a long season. It's just that they've never thought actually release it an episode per week, and because it's 52 weeks in a year, they couldn't actually, capitalize on that.
Yeah, they've got spread out so far that
one episode a week. They would have had they would have actually thought about, no, let's have a few weekly 2 episodes was all episode 8, then then weekly episodes, then it stopped, then 2 weeks of full episodes for no reason, then we're still going to have 6 months before the end of the year, so we're going to have another gap before they actually release another few weeks of weekly episodes.
Though it is worth mentioning that the show, in rating terms, it's still doing very well. In fact, still doing well with an adult audience still, apparently, according to surveys.
According to surveys, you have to show those to me.
Yeah, well, it's on the TSSC website.
TSSC News. TSSCnews.com.
Okay.
Still the highest rating ones.
All right then. Well,
that's it for now. If there's any new episodes next week or in the coming weeks, we can actually come plus 5 episodes, then You'll hear us then. Until then, there's no fucking telling when we're going to be here.
We'll be back when you least expect it.
Oh, the one little thing. From Alan Denton, who's a writer on the show, to everyone who keeps asking me, no, that was not Roger Craig Smith with the Sonic costume. Who was it? It was just a guy. Funny. I'll give him that one.
End on the joke.
Yeah. See you next time.
Ciao for now.
Yeah. See you, buggers.
See you, buggers. Really? Are you going
I don't know. See what I can do. See if it sticks.
Yeah.